Alright guys, I'm back with another Tip Tuesday video for you today. In this video, we're going to go over kind of some benchmarks that you might want to get to before you even step foot in a casino. Alright, kind of in the order of what I think is going to be most interesting to you. We're going to go through some deviation flashcards out of 20 of them. We're going to fill in a basic strategy chart that I have over here. And then lastly, we're going to do 40, 30, 25, and 20 seconds for a deck count to kind of see maybe where you fall in that along which one of those benchmarks. So kind of like I said, in order of what I think you find most interesting, it's probably these deviations. So we're going to go through these 20. These are the 20 that BJA, Blackjack Apprenticeship, puts out for free. If you were to Google this, you could find these 20. I also currently sell over 50 of these, all right? And so some of them are non-deviations. I think I include my top 30. These ones all have deviations that we're gonna go over today, but I think it's important to know which ones don't have deviations that are kind of close. So I'll put a link to that maybe below this video. But anyway, these 20, let's see how many we can get. Give them a little shuffle here. Oh, going everywhere. All right, starting off with this one, we have a soft 19 versus dealer 6. This is H17, by the way, so that matters for this particular one. A soft 19 versus dealer 6 is normally a double down in an H17 game. We're going to deviate by standing at any negative running counts. So the way you read these at the top, it says what basic strategy is. This is double down. Then at the bottom, yeah, stand at 0, and then a down arrow means at any negative running count. If that doesn't make sense to you, if you do get these cards, I put a little explanation down below. It says normally double down, stand at any negative running count. Okay, let's go through the rest. We'll try to go a little faster. I am reading these upside down, so give me a little grace if I can't read these. 13 versus dealers 2. This one is normally a stand, but we're going to hit at a true count of -1 or lower. Nice. Pair of 10s versus dealers 4. This splits at a true count of +6 or higher. Otherwise, yeah, normally stand. 8 versus dealers 6. This one is normally a hit, but we're going to double down at a true count of +2 or higher. 12 versus dealers 2. This is normally a hit, but we're going to stand at a true count of +3 or higher. 9 versus dealers 7 is normally a hit. We're going to double down at a true count of +3 or higher. 15 versus dealers 10 is normally a hit, but we're going to stand at a true count of +4 or higher. Pair of 10s versus dealers 5 is normally a stand. We're going to split at a true count of +5 or higher. 16 versus dealers ace is normally a hit, but we're going to stand at a true count of +3 or higher. A soft 19 versus dealers 5. This one is normally a stand. We're going to double down at a true count of +1 or higher. A soft 19 versus dealers 4. It's just a little bit higher of a count compared to that last one. This is normally a stand. We're going to double down at a true count of +3 or higher. By the way, this one I had to write in. So this was originally a blank card. So if you do end up purchasing my flashcards, it does come with a couple of blanks. I don't know why I didn't have that one on there, but a 15 versus dealers ace. This one is normally a hit, but we're going to stand at a true count of +5 or higher. And this, of course, is assuming this deck that surrender is not available. Okay. All right. 16 versus dealers 10 is normally a hit. We're going to stand at any positive running count. Probably one of the most common ones. 10 versus dealer's ace. Like I said, I'm reading these upside down. So notice I didn't say a pair of 5s because we never split 5s. So I'm reading this as a 10. So 10 versus dealer's ace is normally going to be a hit, but we're going to double down at a true count of +3 or higher. 9 versus dealer's 2 is normally a hit. We're going to double at a true count of +1. Pair of 10s versus dealer's 6 is normally a stand. We're going to split at a true count of +4. 12 versus dealers 3 is normally a hit. We're going to stand at a true count of +2. And a couple more, 3 more here. 12 versus dealers 4. This hits at any negative running count. Normally a stand, hit at any negative running count. What is that? 16 versus dealers 9. Sorry. Is normally a hit. We're going to stand at a true count of +4 or higher. And then last one is a 10 versus dealers 10 is normally a hit. We're going to double down at a true count of +4 or higher. All right, so again, if you were able to go through all of those, I think you probably passed that benchmark. If not, you might want to either copy all these down, pause and go through this video, or Like I said, I will put these flashcards, I'll put a link to those down below. I think they're pretty affordable, and a lot of people have enjoyed using those. I have lots of good feedback. So on my benchmark over here, I always like to write down what I do, and it's helpful. So I got all 20 out of 20 of those. Okay, next I'm going to probably do this one in a little bit of a hyperlapse, but I have a chart over here. By the way, these charts, I have kind of a basic strategy chart and a deviation chart. I'm just going to do the basic strategy one. You can purchase these again at that same site down below that I'll put. We are going to fill this out and see how fast we can do it. I have a timer over here. There we go. And I'm going to try to fill out this entire thing, and we'll see how fast we can do it. Ready? Here comes the hyperlapse. Get set and go. All right, so I was able to get one column of that. Like, these are 3 different sets, so if you do end up printing this out, you can do it 3 times and then make copies or whatever. But I did it in 5 minutes and 30 seconds, which has a lot of writing. So I haven't done one of those in a long time, but I know my basic strategy pretty well, so I don't need to check that too close. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is the deck count. All right, so I'm going to try to do it at 45 seconds, 30 seconds, 25 seconds, and then 20 seconds. I'll try to go about the correct speed as we count through this. This is probably going to be the most interactive one for you. I'm going to be counting out loud. If you don't like that, you can hit mute and then see if we get the correct card at the end, whether it's a high, a low, or a neutral card. So we'll take out one here. And this first time, nice and slow. This is probably slower than what you need to be at. I think 30 seconds is probably minimum, bare minimum. But you know, this is a benchmark. If you're just starting, if you've just came upon this channel and you want to start learning how to count cards, you might be around 45 seconds or maybe even slower. And so let's see if you can handle this one or not. I'll try to go about the right speed here. Ready, get set, and go. We have 1, 0, D1, D2, D3, D2, D1, 0, D1, 0, 1, 2, 1, 0, D1, D2, D1, 0, D1, 0, 1, 2, 1, 0, D1, D2, D1, D2, D1, 0, 1, 0, D1, D2, D1, 0, D1, 0, 1, and nice. So we are currently at a count of +1, right at 45 seconds, which means this needs to be worth -1 to get us back to 0. We're at +1 and -1, that would bring us back. And yeah, this is a high card worth -1. Okay, so let's try it again. So I'll hit a little check mark on here for us for the 45 seconds. This next time, trying to do it right at 30 seconds. This is about probably gonna be a little easier speed for me to do it. Okay, give the cards a little shuffle. Let's take one out. All right. And go. 1, 0, D1, D2, D1, D2, D1, D2, D1, 0, D1, D2, D3, D2, D1, 0, D1, 0, still 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, D1, D2, D3, D2, D1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, maybe a second slower there, but I have to count a +1 again, so this needs to be a high card to bring us back to -1. And it was. Okay, so I'd say that one is good as well. Let's mark that off for 30 seconds. Okay, now 25, I might not be too close. Those last few I was able to kind of watch the clock and adjust. This next one, I probably won't have time to do that, so I'm just gonna go a little bit faster and see if we can get right around that 25. So if it's anywhere between 23, 27, I will do my best. All right, reset. Let's take card out. Did I shuffle those? I don't remember if I did. Give it a quick shuffle. Okay. And trying to hit 25 seconds this time. Ready and go. Got 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, D1, 0. 1, 0, D1, 0. D1, 0. D1, D2, D1, D2, D3, D2, D3, D2, and D1. All right, so I have a set of count of D1, which means, or -1, which means this needs to be worth +1, so it has to be a 2 through 6. Yeah, and it was. Nice, guys, right at 25 seconds as well. I think I might have started off a touch fast, so I had to try to slow down. All right, this next one, I won't be able to pay attention to the clock really at all, because we're gonna try to go at least 20 seconds, maybe a touch faster. Oh, flipped one over, 2 of them over. Okay, give it a little shuffle. Take the card out. And last benchmark for this video, trying to get 20 seconds or less through this deck count. Ready and go. Got D1, D2, D1, D2, D1, 0, 1, 0, D1, D2, D1, D2, D3, D2, D1, 0, D1, 0, 1, 0, D1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, D1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 0, 1. All right, right at 20 seconds, guys, had a count of +1. So this has to be a 10 or an ace, and it was. All right, so if you were able to follow along with all those benchmarks, let me know down in the comments, or maybe, especially for that last one, were you able to do 45, 30, 25, 20? How fast were you able to go? I'd love to hear from you down below. Otherwise, keep on practicing. Until next time, this is A1 Blackjack.